Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Just getting everything set up for the workout today. Giving people a little bit of time to get on if you're coming in live. It's a little chilly out today. So it's about 20 some odd degrees today. I think it's in the 20s. So I'm a little more bundled up than usual, I would say. Not a whole bunch, but a little bit. Show you what we're doing. So today we are doing quadruped breathing. And then we're doing half kneeling hip flexor stretch. And then we're doing the strong first or squeeze plank. Everything's going to be 3 repetitions, 3 times through. And I'm going to check and see if, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Put the pad right here. How's that look, guys? Pretty good, right? I know. No applause needed. I'll be here all morning. Started off like so. And a big note for today when you're doing your workout is that I want you to really focus on your breathing and where you're supposed to be feeling the muscle. Okay, so once again, we're going to start with quadruped breathing. Then we're going to go into what's called the half kneeling hip flexor. Then we're going to do the strong first or the squeeze plank. We'll just call it the squeeze plank. Okay. All 3 of these focus on your breathing and contracting the actual muscle belly in the movement. And you're moving your belly. So the first one is quadruped. And what you're going to do here is you're going to be on all 4s, hands and knees. And you're just going to make sure that you're getting a nice calm in breath and a calm out breath before you start. After you get that all calmed down, you're going to exhale and arch your back as far as you can. Okay? Then as you inhale, you're going to go back into kind of like a cow position. So it looks like this, and we're going to do 3 of them. When you exhale, I also want you to push through the ground. So here we go again. So that's 3 up and down. Every time you exhale, you're pushing through that mat. Every time you inhale, you're expanding your rib cage, filling up your diaphragm with air. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times, but first we're going to do the other 2 exercises. Next exercise, I would say if you're doing this on a harder surface, grab something like a pillow or a mat. You're going to put this on one knee, okay? You're going to try and make sure that everything's nice and straight. And you have about a 90-degree angle with your leg that's up. What you're going to do then, we're going to focus on that breathing again. you're going to squeeze your glutes and you're going to dig your heel in. It's not going to look like I'm moving a lot though when I'm doing this. Okay? So digging the heel in, and the mat actually moves. So there you go. Dig the heel in, squeeze the glutes. Okay, that's going to pull your pelvic girdle forward a little bit. Try and time that with your breathing. So exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I'm just going to do one more. Exhale. Squeeze and drive. Inhale. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. 3 each side for this one. Same kind of setup. Nice straight line. 90-degree angle. Okay. Squeezing the glutes, digging the heel in. Here we go. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, and that's 3 each side. Last exercise of this circuit before we repeat things is the squeeze plank. Okay, the squeeze plank, what you're going to do is you're going to contract in a very similar way as we've been doing today, but you're going to use your elbows and your lats and your diaphragm and your glutes now. Okay, so it's a big squeeze in a lot of different areas. You're only really going to move that much, mainly because you're pushing into the ground more than you're pulling towards you. Okay, so think about pushing into the ground a little bit towards you, but shouldn't move that much. Okay, it's going to start out in what's called a dolphin position. Okay, so dolphin is up high. Okay, you're going to slowly tilt your hips under, squeeze your butt. Don't go too low. I see a lot of people do this. Okay, just go right here. You're going to drive those elbows as hard as you can. Exhale all your air. And then inhale. And exhale. And then inhale. That one's a doozy. Okay, so that's the squeeze plank. There's different ways to exhale and inhale, and sometimes if you want to try and get that squeeze to last a little bit longer, or you feel like you're not lasting that long in that, instead of letting all the air out with your mouth open, try letting your air out like a sound. What that will do is it'll let the air out slower. I'm just going to double check. See how we're looking here. Hi, Michelle. Who else is on here? Well, Joe's not on here yet. I bet you Joe will watch it later, though. All right, so next, we're going to repeat everything 2 more times. First one is the all fours or quadruped breathing, okay? Think about that diaphragm. Exhale all your air. Arch up real high. Inhale when you're coming down. Here we go. Really push through the ground there. 3 of those. Next, we got the half kneeling hip flexor. Okay, use a pillow if you need to. Same thing. Exhale with the contraction. Inhale when you're relaxing the muscles. Okay, starting with the left side. Nice 90-degree angles. Squeeze that glute, drive that heel. Relax and inhale. Exhale. Okay, really try and make that exhale last. Last one on this side. Good. And just in case you're wondering, I'm not purposefully moving my hips as much as I'm purposefully squeezing my butt and driving my heel. Okay, and it just so happens that my hips end up tucking under because of that. We're trying to do this to actually help you create more context in your running, so that way when you engage your glutes, drive through your heel, that hip position is in a more correct space. Okay, so here we go, right side, drive, squeeze. Really squeeze it hard. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. You should feel a big stretch in that opposite side that's down too. And relax. Okay, once again. And I actually like to hold right there so I get a little bit more thought and presence in that area when I'm actually trying to squeeze it. Back to the squeeze plank. Okay, and like I was saying earlier, try and let that air out slowly, so I'm going to use a type of sound now. Starting on the elbows. Raising the hips up. Time that breathing. That's 3 of those. Okay. We got one more round to go. Okay, I want you to think about how this is actually going to affect your running. Okay, there's a couple of different ways that when you're doing this, you need to think about your posture. For example, with the squeeze plank, you need to think about driving through your heels, squeezing your glutes when you're running with the hip flexor stretch. And you need to really think about how you're using your whole diaphragm throughout the day, actually, and that quadruped breathing will actually help with that. Yes, and it's cold out. It's a little bit cold out. I'm not shivering, I don't think. Let me know if I'm shivering though. Last one. Okay, starting with that quadruped breathing. Really trying to get as much use of that diaphragm as possible. Don't forget to push through the ground as you exhale. Hip flexor, okay? Squeeze, drive that heel. Should feel a nice pull in that hip flexor. Try to keep your posture nice and straight. That exhale. Feel that stretch. Inhale, relax. Nice. Other side, last one on this one. Drive, squeeze, exhale. Last one. Beautiful. And the finale. Squeeze plank. Driving those elbows into the ground. Squeezing that diaphragm, squeezing the glutes. Try not to drop too low though. We want to make sure that we're teaching our body how to maintain a nice straight posture in this position. Okay, elbows first, hips up high. Coming down, exhale and squeeze. Promise you guys, I'm not taking it easy on these. That takes my breath away. But that is it for today. Congratulations. Once again, big lesson for today. Think about how your breathing can help you control your muscles more. And think about how what we did today will help you with your running form and your posture throughout. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you're catching this later, I will post this up on the page as soon as it loads and try and get this done as soon as you can. Deuces. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good weekend.